The only good thing I can say right now with absolute confidence is that this is the first time I have ever seen this many people in this community and in this state worried about the children who we all need to be focusing on. That has never happened before. So, to the extent that we've engaged people in the issue of what do we do about the kids in districts that need support and help, I think that's a good thing.
Well, Commissioner, with all due respect, besides the fact that you insulted the people of the community by saying that this is the first time that you've seen them focus on our children, how do you address the serious concerns in my community regarding the remonstrance filed by Senator Maria Chappelle Nadal to have you resign or terminated? Amen. And the bill she filed to have a different body accrediting the schools instead of DESE, and the fact that the Missouri State Auditor, Tom Schweik, is looking into your office regarding the bidding process for CEE Trust, and the wording in the petition to end teacher tenure that you authored. With these circumstances looming, why would you think that the people of Normandy would have any confidence in the plan that you would put forth when coming office under so much scrutiny?
Let me try to respond to some of that. I think, first of all, that I certainly meant no disrespect about the Normandy community. What I was talking about was the greater community, the St. Louis metropolitan community. Like many of you, I was very concerned with some of the community reaction when the transfer law first went into place. The citizens of Normandy, I think, have been very supportive of this school district. We were able to report to the Joint Committee yesterday, the House Appropriations Committee yesterday, in fact, that this community has been extraordinarily supportive, as witnessed, for one thing, by the tax rate that is imposed on its voters, that the voters have imposed on themselves. So we have been the first to defend the Normandy community and to let the legislature know that this district was financially solvent and stable prior to the transfer program. That's what I said yesterday. Now, my opinion has not changed since then. And I would certainly debate with any of you who would try to argue the opposite side of my opinion that we have never seen the citizens of Missouri and the citizens of the greater metropolitan area concerned about the children of Normandy like we are right now. Now, we can talk all day and debate about why that might be and whether their motivation for being concerned is good or not good, but the fact is, at least it's a topic of conversation. To the other part of your issue about why the remonstrance and why all of the rest of that, all I can say is that I have not to date publicly weighed in on all of those issues, and I do not intend to. I think that as long as the State Board of Education has confidence in me, I will continue to do my job. I am not in this job for anything other than to make a difference for the children of this state. My record in public education in Missouri of almost 40 years speaks to who I am, how I do things, and what my priorities are. So irrespective of the opinions of a legislator or other individuals who, by the way, have never asked me any specific questions about any of those issues, I will continue to do my job so long as the State Board chooses to have me do that.
Well, in response to that, you said that your one motivation...
Mr. President, with respect, I really don't think this is an appropriate debate. I'd be happy to meet with Mr. Artis separately and individually if he would like to talk about any of these individual issues. In my view, this has little or nothing to do with the issues before us, which focus on 4,000 kids.
Well, I beg to differ. I think that what I'm saying has everything to do with the issues before us right now. I think that it goes to your decision-making, and I think that it has a lot to do with what you intend to do with our community. And isn't that what we are here for?
Ultimately, this is a decision for the State Board of Education. There are 7 individuals who have now been appointed to the State Board of Education who can take our recommendations, they can modify our recommendations, they can reject our recommendations. The department's responsibility is to develop a plan that we can take to the board for their consideration, and that's exactly what we'll do.
If what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask, there are DESE representatives here among us today, and I was just wondering who they are exactly, if they could.
I beg your pardon. You met Margie Van Dieven. This is Dennis Cooper. He's Assistant Commissioner for Quality Schools. Maureen Clancy May is Area Supervisor in the Metropolitan St. Louis area, and Tim Ricker is another Area Supervisor.
And again, to the idea of who's making the decisions, you said that it ultimately falls on the state board. We're in a 98% black school district that educates 98% black children. And the staff that came from DESE, there's not any black representation on that staff. And the state board would be okay with that, and you're asking us to put our faith in the hands of the state board who would allow for something like that to happen. The gross insensitivity to my school district is just appalling. It's absolutely appalling. And my colleagues know, and I'm known to, speak out quite a bit, and people say, well, you played a race card. But when you're playing with a race deck, then every card you throw is the race card.